Hello everyone, it's Joseph, friend, your boy Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. And in this live stream, I'm going to be playing a game that I made. So let me pull up the game real quick. You can probably already hear it in the background. I'm going to turn my volume down a little bit. But it's called Click Spell Lane War. So I'm going to be playing that on my laptop while talking to you guys in the live chat. I'm also going to occasionally be making some edits to the game as I play. So let me actually refresh. Maybe I'll refresh after I claim one of my victory rewards. Let me claim a reward real quick. Oh, but I did have a thing that I wanted to put into Codex. So I'm going to type into Codex real quick. It should be more clear when the player or CPU directly benefits from a particular buff that they have. There should be a log entry for when an action. Oh, I don't know. I shouldn't be that specific, but there should be something that makes it more obvious that like a buff was used as like a benefit. I think there was something else that I wanted to change. I'm trying to recall what it was. I know that I definitely want it to be more clear what buffs the CPU has. Yeah. It should be more clear what buffs the CPU has. So that the player can keep track of them. And then there was another thing that I wanted. Oh yes. During battles, it should be more clear what units from what army are being eliminated by showing an animation of the units being eliminated after each roll. Okay. So those are all the things that I wanted added. So Codex is going to be working on those. Let's see. Begin each battle with +1 soldier in a random lane is pretty good. Your first summon each battle creates +1 extra soldier. See, that's also good. These two are very similar. I'm going to choose Royal Opening, and whatever you don't choose, your opponent actually gets to pick from, which is really interesting. I'm going to refresh the page so that we get a new quality of life feature that I added. So I'm going to start by dispelling one of his soldiers. I almost always start that way. Okay. So then he tried to do a dispel at Prism Citadel, but I believe it didn't work because I had a buff. This is one of the things I was talking about, by the way, is that like buffs right now I don't think are super clear in the logs when you do stuff. So that was like a little wonky. Like I know why that didn't work, but I don't think most people would know off the top. Because right now under buffs, I have Actually, I'm like, why didn't that dispel work? Your smallest army gets +1 soldier before combat. Each battle with +1 soldier in a random lane. After a lane win, add 1 survivor there. Yeah, no, I don't know why that didn't work. So the CPU casts Dispel at Prism Citadel, but it didn't work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that didn't work. Because I thought I had a protection, and now I'm like, no, I just think it just didn't kill me. I'm going to put a siphon here. I'm going to use my energy for the turn. And then the opponent placed a warrior and a siphon. Let's see. It says they put a siphon on there, but I didn't see them place a dude. Like, not in the log. So I wonder if there are still issues with not everything being placed the way I would think. Like in here. Also, we got to reveal Prism Citadel. Predator Mark. Every cast removes one soldier from both armies. After a cast, an enemy army of 3 or more loses 1 soldier. Interesting. So this area kind of has a limit of how many soldiers you can really have. I'm going to put down a siphon here on Prism Citadel. Oh, every cast removes 1 soldier from both armies here. So that nuked the whole setup. So that's kind of wild. We're going to then dispel one of their guys. So they put down a second siphon. Is that all they did? I'm so confused because there's so much energy. Yo, Rap King, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics like talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. So one thing I'm trying to figure out is whether or not the CPU actually spends all their all their energy each turn. Because it shows here the CPU. Yeah, they start the turn with 3 energy. They triggered a siphon, I guess by placing a guy. But it doesn't say that they like summoned a dude. They set a siphon here, but I don't see where they like put a thing. Let's see. Rap King said, have you seen the Smile movie? I have not, but I think I know what you're talking about. It's like an older horror movie where everybody who is infected has like a smile. I think I saw the trailer for that. Aren't there multiple Smile movies now? Also, have you seen the trailer for Buddy? I want to see that horror movie. And have you seen the trailer for Soulmate? That's the new like AI robot horror movie that takes place in the Megan universe. That's kind of similar to Companion. Let's see. Also, let me know if the music's too loud. I don't know if the music is too loud or not. Let's see. So they have 2 siphons here, and they have 1 warrior. Nobody has any warriors here. And also nobody has a siphon here. Casting here drains 1 extra energy when available. After a cast, both armies recruit +1 soldier. So casting will give them a soldier and will use up more of my energy. But that's okay. Let's see. I still have 2 energy left. Do I want another siphon up on Null Weather? Sorry about that. So Rap King says, yes, I wonder what Buddy is about. I mean, I think Buddy is like a Barney horror movie, essentially, but he's not Barney, he's Buddy. And I'm all for that. Like, it looks like it's a little kid mascot kills people movie. And I think the aesthetic of it is really cool, and the creative team behind it is really cool. Also, I just realized I'm not wearing my lookie. I gotta turn on my lookie L1 so that this footage actually ends up in the vlog later. So let me fix that. Yep, just as I thought. The glasses cable is hooked into the lookie, so I gotta fix that. Hey. There's an order of operations to these things. In case you guys are wondering, by the way, why it is I'm wearing glasses on the stream, because I do know that seems kind of random, is because I have these new display glasses. So I actually have the live stream. Oh wow, my dread is like caught in the lookie itself. Okay, there we go. That was actually but my glasses are display glasses. So the way that they work is that there's like a hologram of an additional monitor. Because right now I have a laptop screen, I have a monitor over there that the laptop is connected to, and now I have a third monitor that effectively floats in the air right there above this monitor. So this monitor has the camera. This floating hologram monitor that I can see through the glasses is right here, but it follows my face. So now I'm looking over here, the monitor's up there, and I have another screen over here that has like my calendar and stuff on it. I actually should probably put my clock app that I made over there. That'll be a little bit better. Rap King said they look cool. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you vibe with them. They have customizable lenses, so you can actually pick what style you want for them. I haven't looked at all of them, but I believe there's an orange style that I might like a little bit more than this one. I do not know. We'll see. But I'm moving my clock app over to this other monitor. I just feel like I'm going to use the clock app over here next to my calendar a lot more than I am on the other screen, now that I have the live chat up here. But I'm glad that you dig them. They're made by Xreal. They finally have a budget pair of their augmented reality glasses. It's like $300 something. They're going to be dropping some new like Google AI style glasses that are kind of high. But this is all I really wanted out of the glasses, is just the ability to have a floating hologram screen. What I like about these is that they work outside too. So you can plug it into your phone, and as you're walking around, your phone screen hovers in front of you, and it's transparent enough to where you can walk outside and still have like a floating hologram screen like a video. I dig it. Let's see. So back to the battle. I have 6 energy on turn 5. Probably due to like a hyphen. Not a hyphen, a siphon. My goodness. Let's see. They don't have more warriors than me anywhere, nor do they have more siphons than me anywhere. So that's good. I can probably... But that has null weather. Last spark reacts. Nuke leaves 1 soldier for each side that had an army. After a cast, the caster's annihilated army returns with 1 soldier. Okay, so null weather's not a big deal for us. Not really. So I think I can cast Dispel here, but it's going to cost me like 3 energy to do it because of all the siphons they put on here. So that costs like half my energy to kill 1 guy. Which is insane. And now they have 7 energy, so they can do more stuff. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the butt later. And then it'll cost me 2 energy to kill 1 of their guys here. But I think it'll honestly be worth it. So let me do that. What, Nani? Oh, it did not work. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? And now they have 5 guys, burgers and fries on that location. Okay, so now we're on turn 6. I have 7 energy. I can dispel 1 of them for 2, and then we'll be even. Or I can just double my army for 5, because they have 1 siphon. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to double my army. I'm bad at math. No. There's battle tax. Let's see. Twin muster reacts. Casting here drains 1 extra energy when available. After a cast, both armies recruit 1 soldier. Okay, cool. So I doubled, and then we both got an additional recruit. But now that means that if he doubles, he'll be at 12, and then he'll have more than me. Like, it'll still mess me up. But I should be able to dispel. Even if I dispel 1, it's not going to be enough. Let's see. Yeah, the dispel did not work. Whoa, what did he cast? The CPU won that rotation. And then it ended in a draw, so nobody won. Rap King said, favorite X-Men TV show, and have you been watching X-Men 97? I'm behind on X-Men 97. Ashley and I watched the first episode, and we realized we just weren't really paying attention. Like, it was just kind of on in the background, so we haven't watched more of it. We liked season 1 quite a bit. We both cried when Gambit died. We thought it was actually like a pretty emotional thing. We just haven't been as hyped about season 2. X-Men 97 is probably my favorite X-Men TV show. There aren't really that many. I mean, if you count Mutant X, and then Legion, I haven't given a fair shake, I'll be honest. So I haven't really seen Legion. And then there was one on Fox back when I was like in middle school or high school or something. I don't remember the title of that one. So there's only been like well, that's talking about like live action stuff. Because there have been plenty of other ones. There's Wolverine and the X-Men, which I haven't really given much of a fair shake. There was a short-lived X-Men like pilot thing that existed before the X-Men 97 show, where Kitty Pryde was in it. There's X-Men Evolution, which X-Men Evolution is cool. I need to revisit that one. Are there any other ones? Did I miss any with that? And then you said yours is X-Men Evolution. X-Men Evolution was cool. Like I said, I need to go back and watch more of that. Also, did I ever turn this on? I forgot to turn on AI mode after I went through all the trouble. Start capture. Nani? That's not what it normally says. Normally it goes AI mode. So now I gotta figure out what the lookie is doing. Okay, yeah, no, it's in AI mode. I am confused by start capture, but whatever. As long as it's doing the same thing I expect it to do. But we ended up hitting a draw because I had one guy here and they had one guy here. So now we got to start a new run. That's okay. And let me check on Codex to see if it's close to finishing up. It's still making some changes to this game. What's your least favorite X-Men show, if your favorite is X-Men Evolution? I haven't given all of them a fair shake, but Mutant X, I keep trying to watch and I don't like it. Mutant X is just kind of disappointing. Let's see. Oh, we got the update of the game. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the page because we got a fresh update now. So you said your least favorite is X-Men and Wolverine. So that's one that I haven't watched much of. So tell me, what about X-Men and Wolverine, or Wolverine and the X-Men, I guess, makes it like particularly sorry? Okay, so I'm gonna dispel one of their units. They summoned a second unit up here. Let's see, the location is Turbo Shrine, Quiet Orbit, Duelist Edge. Siphons transfer 2 remaining energy here instead of 1. After a cast, a tight lane gives the caster +1 soldier. Oh! That's interesting. Okay, so let me add a Siphon. So Rap King said it focused too much on Wolverine. To me, Wolverine is the main X-Men. Let's see. I'm going to place a Siphon here to try and set up an advantage. Okay, so now they have a hard advantage there. So this location has 3 things. Nuke leaves 1 soldier for each side that had an army. After a cast, the smaller army gains +1 soldier. That's fine. That makes Dispels not as useful. Let's see. Might as well keep a Siphon dominance and place a Siphon here. And then do I want to... I'm not sure if casting a Dispel will do anything here. But it might... it'll give them a Siphon point is what it'll do up there. So maybe I should go for a Summon instead of a Dispel. So I'll Summon here to gain a little bit more dominance. So let's see what they do. So they did a Summon there as well. Okay. Is that all they did? That doesn't seem right. Okay, they cast a Siphon and they did a Summon. Okay, cool. Rat King said, if you had to pick, who would you say is the main character of the Marvel Universe? I actually have a good answer to this. So there was a guy who read every single Marvel comic up to the end of 2016 Secret Wars. And remember, the end of Secret Wars in 2016 is the end of the previous Cosmos. So I think it's like the end of the 8th Cosmos, and we're currently in the 9th Cosmos. That era was the end of the 7th Cosmos, and we're currently 8th Cosmos, something like that. But essentially their multiverse is like a numbered thing called a Cosmos. So he read all the way up until the end of that multiverse. So he's like, I know the whole story of the Marvel Universe up until it like ended, right? And he says that Midnight Nurse or Nurse Midnight or whatever, the character who's like a normal person. I think it's Night Nurse actually. The character's like a normal person, and they're like a doctor for the different superheroes in the Marvel Universe. He's like, she is oddly important. And I guess that makes sense, right? Because if every major hero ends up getting saved by Night Nurse at one point, you could argue that if Night Nurse wasn't there, then I guess that character would have died or something, and then everything else would have played out differently. So after reading all of the books, they said Night Nurse is like extremely important. So I would argue that Night Nurse could be the main character of the Marvel Universe if at the end of the day, they're the one who saves the heroes who then save everybody else. Who would you say is like the main character of the Marvel Universe? Rap King said, you wouldn't say it's Spider-Man? Well, I haven't read like every single Marvel comic. Like when that guy who read all the comics, he like wrote a book about it, said that the Night Nurse was like the most important character. That made a lot of sense to me. She's probably saved Spider-Man like multiple times, as well as like other characters. Because if you were to argue that Night Nurse like saves all the major heroes at one point or another, and that without her they'd be dead, well, if they die, then they can't save other people later. And I think it would become like a domino effect of like, oh, all the heroes are gone because like no one was saving the heroes effectively. Let's see. So we both have a Siphon here. They have a Siphon there, but I don't have one. If I spend 5 to half their ranks, they can double to get back up by spending 4. I could cast a Dispel, but it would be a little costly to cast Dispel to lower their ranks by 1. That did not work. That did not work at all. So why is it that no one got dispelled by that? It's like I don't want to try again because it cost me 2 energy to do that. So I'm going to just switch to Summon. Give myself like a extra guy here. Ooh, Recruiting Day. So I got like super dudes for that one. That was actually very good. I'll put Siphon on here to kind of punish them for summoning guys. Ooh, They cut my army in half down there. Rat King said, yes, Spider-Man might be the most popular, but he's not the main character. Yeah, I agree with that. Spider-Man definitely is the most popular, but I don't see how he could be the main character. He's not really privy to a lot. I think that's the other thing that makes Night Nurse important. It's not just that she saves all these heroes, but she kind of has to consequentially be involved in a lot of storylines, where even if she wasn't there for the big fight, she's like there for the aftermath to be like, oh, Captain America, you're injured. What happened? You know, she could be a point of view character. Like if they wanted to make a show that was just called Marvel, you could follow her and she would still be getting all the beats of what's going on. You could even have like flashbacks during the episode where as she's trying to like tend to their injuries or whatever, it shows like how they got hurt, and then you get like the story of the character and everything. They should do that. I honestly think that would be like a neat idea. Let's see. So right now it's 2-2. I got one siphon here. I'm still in the lead right here. Like they didn't do too much to your boy. Let's see. We both have exactly like 5 energy. I say put a second siphon here. That'll help give us some benefit. And then with recruiting day, we should be able to go kind of hard. Yeah, they gave us like a big summon. We still have 2 energy here. So I would say summon here, because for some reason Dispel wasn't particularly useful. Whoa! What did they use? They nuked Crystal Arcade. And I think maybe one of my buff benefits saved me. So that's cool. Oh, they updated, they being Codex, updated some of the things that I did. So that's neat. The next game will have some extra features in it. Rafting said, I feel like Spider-Man is the most blazed Marvel character. Depends on who you ask. There was a girl in college that glazed Spider-Man like a lot. And it annoyed me because she acted like Spider-Man was like the smartest, strongest guy in the universe. And it's like, no, like he obviously isn't. And that's not to say that he isn't strong, he is. And it's not to say that he isn't smart, he is. But there are other people whose whole power is like that. Like, it's crazy to say that Spider-Man is the strongest when there are characters whose whole thing is physical strength. And it's crazy to say that Spider-Man is the smartest when there are characters whose whole thing is that the smartest person. Let's see. I don't think I want to leave a nuke here, but I could. I could nuke the whole generation. And then I would have like 2 siphon on here. But nukes can be kind of boring. And technically they could nuke if they wanted to. Like it's not really that crazy. Honestly, with recruiting day, we just easily like bring our rank numbers back up. I can recruit twice, and yeah, now I have like 7 people here. So there's not a lot that they can do about that. And then siphons heavily limit what your opponent can really do. But do I want to spend 2 on a siphon when instead I could spend 3 on like a divide? Well, I don't want to divide at like 7. That would be kind of crazy. I think we want a siphon here. And then siphon again. Not enough energy to siphon again. Okay, I will then just do that's all my energy, so let's see what they do. Let's see, so we're fighting now. Oh, dang. They actually won at Turbo Shrine. Let's see who's gonna win here. Why did they keep winning? Oh my gosh, how's the CPU? The CPU keep... Every roll is 3 to 5. See, that one's 62. Won that. What are the odds that every single roll here was 3 to 5? Were any other rules like that where it was like always the same thing? So that was 1 to 5. Let's see, and that was 1-2. So they just got the same role consistently on Solar Garden and just blew us up. That's crazy. Rap King said, who would win in a fight, Spider-Man or Wonder Woman? So Spider-Man's spider sense should allow him to, like, know when he's about to get hit, but I don't think he's fast enough to actually dodge Wonder Woman, because Wonder Woman and Superman can fight fairly on par. I think Superman's reaction time and speed are way higher than Spider-Man. So scaling off of Superman, I think Wonder Woman should be too fast for Spider-Man's spidey sense. But Spider-Man should be more agile than Wonder Woman is, especially with his ability to stick to walls and swing on webs and things of that nature. One power that Wonder Woman has that isn't really talked about that much is her ability to talk to animals. I'm actually curious how that affects beings like Spider-Man who have like animal powers. If you want to count bugs as animals, I don't see why if she can talk to like a cat, if she couldn't talk to a spider, I don't know. But maybe her talking to animals isn't the same thing as control, it's just speaking a certain language. But if you were like part animal and part spider, would that somehow compel you in a way that normal language wouldn't? I don't know. So I don't know if that would give her an edge against Spider-Man or not. I'm just trying to think outside of the box here. But I think she's faster and stronger and has a better reaction time than Spider-Man and might just be able to beat up Spider-Man. I could be wrong. If we want to say that Wonder Woman and Power Princess are like equal characters, and we could find a fight between Spider-Man and Power Princess. Power Princess, by the way, is a member of the Squadron Supreme, which is the Marvel Universe's equivalent to the Justice League. So if Spider-Man can whoop her, then I think Spider-Man should be able to whoop Wonder Woman. But if Spider-Man can't whoop her, I don't see how he could whoop Wonder Woman. But I think I would give the edge to Wonder Woman personally. Even though Wonder Woman is a less popular character, she still has like impressive powers and feats. She fights literal gods on like a regular basis. I just don't really think Spider-Man is on that level. Let's see. Rap King said, are you excited about the Clayface movie? I'll definitely check it out. Whether or not I check it out in theaters depends, because I have started going to horror movies. I do like horror movies now, where before I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan. But let me refresh this page. I'll have to restart the music as well. Okay. So we're going to start with a dispel. Are you excited for the Clayface movie? And we're going to dispel from Skyrail Harbor. And let's see what they do. So they did a summon on the Prism Guard. So now I am going to put a siphon down on Skyrail Harbor. Okay, so now let's see what they do. They put a siphon on Prism Guard. And it looks like volatile ground. What did that do to them? It seemed like it messed them up. Every cast removes one soldier from both armies. After a cast, the smaller army gains one soldier. Okay, I've seen that before. And then what does the Moonlit Station do? Double and half gain one extra soldier of impact. After a cast, the larger army gains plus one soldier. Ew, I don't like that it benefits the person who's already winning there. Wait a minute. But I can be the one who has an extra guy that's already winning. So you're telling me if I summon here, yeah, I end up with like 3 instead of having just 2. That's really good. Ooh. Hey Alexa, do I have any notifications? It just didn't say anything back. Okay. Well, I know what that's supposed to be. I think I got my delivery. I ordered another life logging device, similar to how I have the Lookie L1 as a life logging device. It doesn't do 24/7 audio recording and transcription. So the new one that I have can record audio quite literally all day and transcribe it. I'm trying to have more comprehensive logs. I've built a new LLM wiki that I can use to search through my logs. I can ask AI questions about my logs. And it's all like built on my computer. It's like a local application. So I'm trying to get more verbose logging. So let's see what they did. Let's see. The logs need to make it clear every time the CPU cast a spell, exactly what spell they cast. Well, really, the log needs to make it clear every time anyone casts a spell, exactly what spell they cast, how much energy was consumed, whether or not the spell effect actually triggered, if any energy was siphoned, and if so, how much, and if the cast triggered a location effect, and if so, what effect was triggered, for maximum per action clarity. Okay. That was just something that I wanted to add. But yeah, are you excited for the Clayface movie, my dude? Let's see. I've noticed that the music that I have either has like a blank space at one point or it like gets choppy. But this is actually pulled from a YouTube playlist of royalty-free fantasy. See, we both have a siphon there. I'm going to put a siphon down here, because I think that would be useful. I'm going to go for a summon here. I do think that's good. I'll go for a summon here. And I'll do another summon. Okay, it's the CPU's turn. They cut my crew in half here. But they still only have like one guy. I don't really think it's gonna do too much. Let's see. So I'm actually gonna go for Dispel. We're gonna dispel this unit here that they have. We're gonna dispel this unit here, so that they have like literally no units. And then I'm going to summon, because we just have like no units. Oh, every cast removes a thing. I wasn't able to summon. They nuked a whole area of the board, which would cost like 6 energy. So they spent all of their energy to just nuke Skyrail Harbor. Rapking said, have you seen Supergirl yet? No, because it's mid, I'm gonna wait until stream to see Supergirl. Have you seen it, and is it like not actually mid? Because that could change my mind, actually, and make me go, oh, I gotta go see it if it's not actually mid. Let's see, I'm gonna do 1 summon on Moonlit Station. I then am going to use Divide, which will cost me like 4 energy. And then I'm going to divide my forces onto Skyrail Harbor so that I have more there. And then I am going to use Siphon over here to make it harder for them to mess up my forces. And then I'm going to use Summon here so that we have like 6 forces. They use nuke again. I mean, just nuking me doesn't win you the game. Yeah, it's like I had too many people here. But I guess it tried to do the most it could with the energy that it had. So now we get a buff that we can use. Let's see. Move one extra soldier with Divide and Conquer. Begin each battle with +1 soldier in a random lane. Or protect one soldier from the first enemy dispel. And whenever we don't pick, the enemy will pick. So I'm actually going to pick Heroic Opening. So we should have one extra soldier, in one of our lanes. So that's cool. Let's see. So I know what my buff is. I don't know what buff they're starting. Oh wait, yes I do. Move one extra soldier with Divide and Conquer is what they did. Okay. So let me see. I probably want to use Dispel, because I already have a unit advantage here. Let me get another unit advantage in the Solar Ruins. Okay. So now they use Dispel in order to balance that out. So this is neutral. Like, no one really has advantage here. I'm going to try to hold advantage here by putting a Siphon. I placed a Siphon. Yo, what is this location ability? Oh my gosh, why did that happen? Okay, so let's look at this location and what it does. Crowd goes wild. Every cast adds +1 soldier to both armies. After a cast, both armies recruit one soldier. I still don't see how that multiplied our army so quickly, but that's insane. So we're now even here, I guess. But I do have advantage here. So I will place a Siphon down here. Okay. The CPU divided their forces, which actually allows them to get past having to spend at the Siphon. Excuse me. Let's see. They do not have a Siphon here at all. They do have a lot of people down, like over there, like an annoyingly large amount of people. I want to put a Siphon here. Oh snap! I didn't read the effect on Skyrail Dojo. What does it do? Whatever it does, it messed me up. Let's see. Skyrail Dojo. Once per side each turn, the first cast here refunds 1 energy. After a cast, both armies lose 1 soldier. Okay, I still have an advantage though, because I have that Siphon down. It's gonna be hard to put soldiers here unless you do stuff like what they did, where you like cast Divide. Let's see. Rap King said, have you heard any news about Doomsday? There's now art out. Like, there's a cover art for Doomsday. I'm sorry, what happened? Oh, I set it to summon. I wanted to set it to dispel. I want to get rid of, some of their forces. Okay, all energy spent. They doubled their forces up there. And they're going to be able to do divides and stuff. If they divide their forces up there, it's going to be a problem. You said, what superhero would I like to see in Doomsday? We haven't seen Ghost Rider in the MCU, unless you count Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people. That's just one of the weird TV shows that aren't canon. But they just can have them cross over, like do a multiverse thing. Make it where Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is canon. It's so much of the MCU that people disregard. If we brought Coulson back, that actually could be kind of crazy. Coulson is part of the reason why the Avengers formed in the first place in that first movie. They all rally around his supposed death. Bring back Coulson, canonize Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I think there's a lot of cool stuff they can do with that. Who do you want to see in Doomsday? Let's see. They have so many leads. I'll spend my 5 energy to half them, and now we're in the lead there. Did they half us too? Yeah, they halved us as well. So they still have a lead on us. They have a lead of 3. But I don't think we should be too concerned about their lead. Unless they divide out their forces, they're not going to be able to do much. See, now we have like a substantial setup down there. And we're winning in most places. I would say set up more siphons here to make it expensive for them to do things in that location. So they did a nuke, but there's an effect there. Oh, we're in the battle. We're in the battle. Okay. 6-2, we got one of their guys. 3-5, they got one of our guys. 6-3, we got one of their guys. Yes. Okay, so we won the top location. 5-6, we lost one of ours. 6-2, they lost one of theirs. Hey, we did it. That's what I'm talking about. DraftKings said, I feel like people are glazing Dr. Doom now because Robert Downey Jr. is playing him. Where was the Doom hype before? Dr. Doom is a legitimate threat in a huge villain, like normally, without the RDJ thing. And the fact that they are making it Robert Downey Jr. makes me think that this Dr. Doom is going to be different from Dr. Dooms we've seen before. So I honestly know next to nothing about him. So you want to see Wolverine and Deadpool in Doomsday? I think that's fair. If they don't appear in Doomsday, I think they will definitely appear in Secret Wars. I definitely think Secret Wars is the, like, everybody's here move. Like, if they don't execute on that, I think it'll be disappointing. Let's see. Your first summon each battle creates +1 extra soldier. Protect 1 soldier from the first enemy dispel. Your first siphon costs 1 less energy. This actually is, like, really good, but so is Radiant Banner. I'm gonna go for Radiant Banner. And let's start with a Dispel. Also, what boon did they get? So they have protect 1 soldier from the first enemy Dispel. I guess I'm gonna use that first Dispel. Shouldn't his buff have protected him? Nani? I feel like they should have got protection, but instead we got protection. So I'm gonna complain to Codex. Make sure the CPU buffs actually benefit the CPU and not the player. When the player has a buff, the player should benefit. When the CPU has a buff, the CPU should benefit. Because I think that buff should have activated like Iron Charm, and they should have been protected, but instead they weren't. So that's awkward, and it seemed like I got their protection. So maybe I just have all of the buffs when I shouldn't. Because part of what's supposed to make it harder is that I'm supposed to be essentially giving away a buff from the ones I didn't pick. Okay. Give me a little bit of an edge by casting Siphon there. The CPU turn. It looks like they maybe dispelled me and played a new guy. Let's see. So let me place a Siphon here. Right now there is no Siphon. Okay, so they placed a Siphon there as well. So we both got Siphons up. I'm gonna KFC double down on my Siphon. we're actually gonna triple down on siphons. Make it very expensive for them to do anything in that location. They doubled their ranks there. They doubled their ranks, and yet we didn't get, like... I guess you would only get +1 energy, but why is it that they don't have it? Rap King said, did you post a vlog today? I did post a vlog today. So the Lookie L1, this device, creates the vlogs for me. So it's possible that these scenes right now could even appear in the vlog. But it like films and creates the vlog. I think I did forget to post one of the vlogs yesterday, but I didn't forget on Instagram. I think it just is on Instagram. I just forgot to put it in other areas. Let's see, I want to half them. Yeah, to give us a bit of an advantage. They half us. So now they have the power. We're gonna do a bunch of summons now. So only need 2 summons. Oh, not even. Wait, what? Okay, we tied there. 1 more. So now we're overpowering them a little bit. And then... how much energy do I have? I have 3 left. And I put 2 guys here. Okay, I spent all my energy. They nuked the board there. Okay, now the fight begins. Cool, we took out one of their units. And then I guess they only had 1 unit there. Dang it. We lost. Yeah, we didn't have anybody here, so there were no battles here. And we had 3 guys, but that's not enough. Let's see. Rap King said, sorry I was not on the stream yesterday, I overslept. Oh, no worries, my dude. I'm glad that you're on the stream today. Rap King said, what is the plan for the rest of the day after the stream? I gotta go check the mail so I can get that life logger I was telling you about. And then I need to set that up so that I can start doing like 24/7 recordings of like audio transcription stuff. I'll probably be playing around with that. Today is Ashley's TV day, I'm pretty sure. Yep. So she'll be in control of the TV. So I'll be interested in seeing what she picks for her TV day. And a lot of it is going to be me playing with that life logging thing. I also have an idea for another game that I want to build. Because I built this game today. Like everything that you're seeing here, I built today during my work day when I had free time between like doing tasks and meetings and stuff like that. And as you can tell, it's still like a work in progress. I think it's playable, but it just has issues. It has like unexpected issues, like things that I feel like should work, but then don't work the way that I would expect. So I'm hoping to get it ironed out to where this is just like a fun game to play with no glitches. Speaking of fun game to play, this is a published game. Despite it being a work in progress, this is something that you could play right now. I just sent the URL to it. Let's see. Rap King said, my phone hasn't been charging right. Do you think it's the charging port in my phone and that I need to get it cleaned out? I don't know. If you use a different charging cable, does it work? Because it could be a problem with the cable. It could be a problem with the charging brick. And it could be a problem with your charging port. It could also be a problem with your battery. Like, all that other stuff could be working fine, but then if your battery isn't, like, charging at the right rate, like maybe it's losing more power than it's sucking in, that could be a problem. Charging can have, like, a number of different issues. There are places you can go where people can look over your phone and see what's wrong with it. Aiden and Colin back in the day, I think, used to do stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. And I had a roommate back in the day, Hunter. Not my friend Hunter who got hit by lightning, a different Hunter that I also lived with in college. He used to actually rebuild phones from broken phones. So if you know anyone like that, or if you go to one of those places, they might be able to look you up and figure out like what's going on with your phone. Let's see. So I'm going to start a new run. Rap King said, I'm getting it cleaned on Saturday, so hopefully it's just that. Fingers crossed. I really do hope that it's something simple. Let's see. I'm going to dispel one of their guys. So they summoned up there to get themselves boost. I'm going to put a Siphon mid. So let's see what they do. Rap King said, alright, Nick, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. Hope you have a wonderful day, my dude, and thank you for tuning in. Shout out to Rap King. Let's see. So Siphons are particularly powerful here. So I might want to double up on the Siphon here, actually. And then I will cast Dispel. I think I can cast Dispel here. It seemed like it didn't work. Why didn't it work? I don't know why I wasn't able to dispel it. Sucks to suck, I suppose. I'm gonna Siphon up here. I'm gonna double Siphon. AFC double down. So they cast double up there, which will then allow them to like do spreads and stuff. Dispel didn't work earlier. Let's see. What is the location effect for Turbo Shrine? Oh, Dispel cannot remove the enemy's final soldier. So a location effect had activated. Last Light War. I see. So, because I can't remove a soldier from there, doesn't mean I can't still play a soldier. Though what I probably need to do, I think halving them would help, but the game allows for a lot of retaliation play, so halving can still just lead to your opponent going for a doubling, and then you're not in a much better place than where you started when that happens. I'm gonna triple in on the Siphons. They doubled again, so they have 12 units. They hit me with the Dispel there, so I lost one of my guys. So then we're going to do a nuke. I think that board is just a little too strong. They placed 2 Siphons down. Oh, the battle has begun. We both lost a unit. Oh, and then I killed their, like, 1 unit that they had down there. Good show, Jolly, good show. I do think this is an interesting way to reimagine the Marvel Snap formula. So that's been really neat. Oh, apparently buff ownership was not being tracked in the game. So that's why the buffs... So essentially what's happening is you're getting 2 buffs. So that's why it was like kind of unfair. Ugh. So that's interesting. But Rap King already dippity-dooped. It's 2:57, so it's a little early for me to dip, but I think I started a little early, so we're essentially at an hour. I think I'm going to end it here, but I appreciate all of you guys watching. Thank you for tuning in to hang out with your boy. Hopefully this game will be better as I continue working on it, and I hope that you guys like it and give it a try. I posted a link to it in the live chat. Live chat replay should be on for the video, so you should be able to find it there. I'll post it again right here, just so that it's easier for you guys to find. But yeah, thank you all once again for watching. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Chicka bow wow.